Hello, my lovely Tauruses. This is a weekly reading for the week beginning the 19th of May. And that's the week that we will be moving out of Taurus and into Gemini, of course. So we are at the end, nearly, of our Taurus season. Today I am going to do a general reading. This is for Taurus Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Mars. We're starting with the Sufi Wisdom Oracle by Razuli, which is a beautiful deck. And we're just going to get some of the deeper energies to begin with for this reading. We're going to begin with what is hidden at the moment, what is hidden from you that it would be of benefit for you to see or notice or to focus on. So what is hidden from our Taurians right now? What is hidden? We have Way of Faith. Let faith be your guide. So where are you not listening to your trust, your faith in something? Sometimes we can't see what we need to do next in life, or what needs to happen next, or even what we would like to see, from our manifestations. We just have to have faith, and this is one of those times for you. So the next card is what you don't see coming for this week. What does Taurus not see coming this week? And we have the Open Mind card. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. So perhaps there's an ending coming this week that you really didn't see coming. And this ending is going to give you a breakthrough, a new beginning. And perhaps that's where the faith comes in, because sometimes endings, well, we can't see the new beginning, can we? We just think that it's something bad. But actually, there is something good coming of this. So keep an open mind. And lastly, messages from Spirit. What message is there from Spirit for Taurus today and for the week of May 19th? Accepting challenges. Trust your inner resources. So this open mind card is probably some sort of challenge coming your way. But accept it. Don't steer away from it. Don't try and hide from it. Have faith and trust that you have everything you need to get through it, because it's actually going to take you in the right direction. Look at all that lovely sunshine shining on her. The sun will come back around, even if it feels for a time that things have got a little bit more difficult. Okay, we're going on to the tarot now. So this is the Gilded Tarot. I take all cards face up, the right way up, and if I feel that there are cards showing a negative influence, then we will look at that. We're going to start off with the general life overview for Taurus. And we're beginning with the current energy, which we have the Two of Wands. Moving on to the evolution of that energy, the King of Wands, which is a fantastic evolution, and the possible outcome the Sun. So this is general life energy, and we'll go back and look at these properly. Now, the next column is all about your focus. So what's the current focus that Taurus should have or does have? What is the current focus for Taurus, please, for the week of the 19th of May? Now this makes sense a little bit, doesn't it, with that challenge that's coming up? Three of Swords, that's about grief and sorrow and loss. It sounds a bit ominous, but we've got the Sun here. Once you've got the Sun in a reading, well, the whole reading lightens up, okay? It makes the whole reading so much better. So that's the focus. What is that focus becoming? What is it evolving into for Taurus this week? Okay, we're just going to go with the top card there because we've got quite a few falling out. So it's evolving into the Seven of Cups, the card of wishes and hopes and dreams and all the many choices you might have. And the possible outcome, cards going everywhere. The possible outcome, okay, we're going to go with these two. So we've got the Eight of Pentacles, which is the card of hard work and reaping the rewards of your hard work, with the Chariot. And the Chariot is about gaining control of two aspects of you. We usually see it as the feminine and the masculine parts of you, but it can be anything. So gaining control perhaps from all these choices, finding the two that you want to move ahead with, okay? And as I said, we'll go into more detail on all of these. So the next column is the challenges coming up. Nine of Pentacles in the challenge column. Okay, that's the current energy for you. These cards have got all over the place now. Perhaps you're feeling a bit all over the place this week, Taurus. Hang on, I need to sort them out because we've got some one way around and some another way around, and there we go, sorted. So what is this Nine of Pentacles? What is this Nine of Pentacles evolving into in the challenge for Taurus this week? Okay, that actually is the one that wants to come out here. The Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is the card of moving away from something to calmer shores. So that's nice in the challenge column. And what is the possible outcome of the challenge this week? Sorry, we've got so many cards just wanting to come out, but nothing is... I'm only taking the ones that are flipping decisively. Okay, so what is the outcome of the challenge for Taurus this week? Thank you. The High Priestess. Really listening to your intuition and following up on it. Okay, the last column. So the gifts emerging from the challenge. What gifts are emerging from the challenge for Taurus this week? Ace of Swords, seeing clearly, getting a new perspective. And what does that evolve into for Taurus this week? What is that evolving into? Four of Swords, okay, it's been a challenging week. You're going to need a rest and recharge a bit, Taurus. That's good. That's a good thing to do. And what is the possible outcome? Lovely. Queen of Cups. Really being feeling in control of your emotions, being in love with what you do, nurturing yourself. Lovely, lovely Venus-y energy. Okay. So let's talk a little bit more then. So the general overview of the week. The general overview of the week is all about looking at what choices you have. I mean, there's a lot about choices here, isn't there? We have this card here, diagonally across from the Two of Wands in the focus column. You might see a fork in the road, okay? There might be a fork ahead of you, and you might be struggling to know which way to go. And you really need to have faith and trust that you will find the right way forward this week. You've got the High Priestess. You're going to get that intuitive nudge in the right direction. And really, you know, whichever way you choose, you're going to get to the same destination. It will be a different road. One might be rockier, one might be harder, you know, than the other, but you will get to the same place. So the important thing is to try and make a choice rather than staying still. That's evolving into the King of Wands, and that's a lovely evolution from the Two of Wands, you know, being a bit indecisive, into the King of Wands, who is in his passion, in his strength. He knows exactly what he wants, and he will do what he needs to do to get it. So really moving from that indecision into making a decision and going forward with it, which is exactly what we need. And that takes you into the Sun. So remember, this is the general overview of the week. This column is the overview of all those other columns. Those other columns are just more detail. So the general overview of the week, the outcome, if everything stays the same, is the Sun, which is the, you know, complete joy, happiness. The sun's shining on you, you're being illuminated, you're being enlightened, you are warm, happy, in love. You know, it's everything. The sun is shining the best possible light. This is the best card in the tarot deck. Tarot deck. The sun is shining on you this week. That's the outcome. That's lovely. So even though we've got some hidden challenges that you have to accept, Spirit's saying you need to accept them to move forward. You know, the challenge might be to do with these two choices. I'm sure it probably is, but you are going to move forward on them. You are going to find the right way to go, and you are going to take action on it, and it's going to bring the sun on your life. So the current focus is on the Three of Swords. Now the Three of Swords is one of the harder cards to deal with in the deck. It's grief, loss, sadness. You may be feeling that the challenge is to do with grief. It might be that you've lost something or you've lost someone. This isn't really a love reading as such. There are a couple of cards here that, well, one card really that would really indicate love, but so I don't think it's particularly about love this week. So this loss, it could be something that you feel is missing in your life. Okay, it's come under the open mind column, and that open mind can be asking you to remove these swords. Swords are air, they're mental energy, and perhaps your mental energy this week is what's piercing your heart rather than something real. Now when I say rather than something real, I don't mean it doesn't feel real to you, but just make sure that what you think is bad or negative, or what you think you've lost, isn't actually just what your mind is telling you. okay? Our minds can really pierce our hearts. They can really play games with our emotions, but that doesn't mean that any of it's true. So the focus this week might be on some pain. Replace the old cycle with a new and exciting one. Don't continue the thoughts that aren't serving you around this pain, okay? That's evolving into the Seven of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is a card of hopes, dreams, wishes. You have so many choices ahead of you, and as you begin to release your thoughts around this pain, you're going to see what choices there are. Now, on the Two of Wands, we definitely had a choice, but what you're being showing here is there are so many things that you love. There are so many things that you could go forward with. And you're beginning to see your options now. Rather than being stuck in pain, you're beginning to see the options that you actually have. And that, the sevens, all the sevens in the deck are related to this Chariot. Okay? And the Chariot is your willpower. You are coming into balance by taking control back within, the inner control, and that's leading you to victory. But it's going to take some work. These things do. It takes a little bit of hard work and diligence and persistence. But if you are doing something you love, if you make a choice out of love, out of, you know, perhaps your perhaps the pain that you've been suffering is to do with work. We've got the King of Wands and the Two of Wands, and these can be about work and career. So if your suffering is to do with loss of a job, or pain to do with not enjoying work, or anxiety and stress over work, then look at what you actually love, either in the job or outside of it. Perhaps it's time to replace the old with a new and exciting one. Yeah, and that's going to be challenging. Perhaps that's what's there for you. You have to have faith in what you love. Faith in what you want to do, what you really want to do, what brings you joy and happiness, what brings you the sun. So you might have to work hard for a little while towards the choice you've made that is something that you actually love. But by doing that, you're traveling in the right direction towards victory and the sun shining in your life. Okay. And let's look at the challenge. Now, the Nine of Pentacles is a really positive card in the deck. It's about the person who has managed to make their own fortune. They've got a stable, abundant life that they've worked for. So it's like it's the card that comes after the Eight of Pentacles. All that hard work has paid off. But she's still able to focus on the ending of that cycle, which is the Ten of Pentacles, which is absolute abundance and joy and happiness. There is some transformation going on here. So the challenge is in this transformation, getting from the Eight of Pentacles to the Nine of Pentacles, this self-made abundance. Now, it doesn't have to be money, but it is a material type of abundance. It's not just a feeling, it's something in the material world that you would like to bring about, and it's challenging you at the moment. You know, we can see that you've got some pain over it, you've got some choices that you need to make, and it's going to be a challenge. So the challenge is, how do you get here from where you are? And that's what you're thinking about. That's the current energy. And that's moving on to the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is about moving on from where you've been towards where you would like to go. Moving from perhaps choppy waters to calmer shores. So moving in the direction you want to go. the only thing to be aware of, because it's in the challenge column, is make sure you're not taking the old mental constructs and processes with you. You don't want to take them with you. You want to travel light. The swords you are taking in your boat will be the positive ones, the ones that give you feelings of abundance and joy, the sun. Okay, so we're evolving in the challenge from thinking about what we want and how to get there to finding a way. We know we're finding a way. That King of Wands is there. He knows how to get there. Okay, you've found what you want, you've made the choice, and now you're moving towards it. A great evolution of that energy. And the outcome of the challenge becomes the High Priestess, another major arcana card. We have got 2 in the deck. We've got, oh no, 3, sorry. We've got the Sun, the Chariot, and the High Priestess. They're all in the outcome column, row. So you really are moving into some strength with this reading. You know, you're moving forwards in a good way into something that is perhaps going to be more of a major part of your life. I think it is. That's why the challenge was so worth it. So the High Priestess, you've moved on. You've moved in the direction you wanted to go. You've followed your intuition, and now, because you've listened and you've started following your heart over your head, you're beginning to see what was fantasy and illusion in the past and what's real. Okay, you're beginning to follow your intuition, your instincts, and you're allowing flow to take place. You're allowing that feminine energy to come in. You may even feel like you're dancing above the waters of the old challenge. Like, you know, we've got water here, we've got water here. And this is the Pisces card. So if you've got any Pisces influence in your chart, it would be good to listen to the Pisces reading as well. But that's a good outcome. You are moving into understanding more of what you want. And, you know, you're beginning to get on this road to this and to this now. Keep listening to your intuition. Keep following your heart. Okay, this final row is your gift, the gift that comes from this challenge. And in the current energy, we've got the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords is a new beginning. The Open Mind card talks about a new beginning. You're gaining some mental clarity. So you've gone from, okay, I need to make a choice here because all I'm doing is focusing on pain and loss and it's doing me no good. And I actually want to be here. How do I get here? And you're beginning to, the gift of just having these thoughts is that you're going to get some clarity on a new beginning. And that's evolving into the Four of Swords. And I know that can look a bit scary, but it's not. The Four of Swords is a card of rest. You've gone from the Three of Swords with all this pain that you've been going through, which might just be anxiety and stress. It doesn't have to be heartbreak, okay? It might be just anxiety and stress. You gained your clarity. It's time to take some rest, time to take some time out just to recharge. Yeah, so you've gone from, if we follow this row of the evolution, you've gone from the King of Wands, I know what to do now, I'm confident, I know how to go forward, I'm taking action, to I can see now what all the choices are that I have. I'm going to choose what I really love. Moving away from the pain into calmer waters. And once you get to those calmer waters, it's time to take a breather. Just stop, lay on the beach, have a break, pause. And the gift is evolving into the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups has her emotions balanced. She is in a place of feeling loved and loving. She's able to nurture herself. She's gone from the mental here to the emotional, which goes nicely with the High Priestess as well, who's talking, we're talking about intuition. This Queen is intuitive. She is ready to offer love to the world. And I think from looking at this, she's ready to offer it from a place of, I know what I need to do now that is loving of myself, because I have chosen something that takes me away from the stress and anxiety. So self-love. Once you can do that self-love thing, you offer love automatically to the rest of the world, because you feel safe, you feel secure, you feel loved. And in a way, this whole reading is about that. It's about the fact that there's a challenge for you at the moment. You need to accept that challenge. Don't steer away from it. Don't run away from it. And ultimately, it's leading you into this beautiful place of the sun shining on your life, joy, happiness, you being in complete control of your destiny, listening to your intuition, and having that feeling of self-love and love for others and love for life. Great reading for you there, Taurus. I'd love to know how that resonates with you. Please leave me a comment, and I will see you next week. Please do subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to really build on this now. Yeah, let's see where it goes, but if you could like, subscribe, I would be really, really grateful. So thank you.